Excuse me, what song are you listening to?
What'd you say?
What song are you listening to?
I'm listening to the DISCRAFT Instructional Clinic, Making Long Putts with Mark Ellis.
Most great pros have such a superb wrist. They can snap putt, jump putt from 100 feet. I can't putt outside of 30 feet. I use my favorite up shooting disc, which is a DISCRAFT Rattler. And in my opinion, it is the world's finest disc.
Oh my God. Parked. Mark Ellis knew what he was talking about. That thing is so good. Absolute park job. So, if you don't know who Mark Ellis is, he's basically the Godfather, the GOAT of disc golf instructional videos. Mark Ellis walked, so Brian Earhart in the Level Up series could run. The coolest part about Mark, he basically used a Prody Rattler for like all of these instructional videos. Whether it be putting, throwing forehands, throwing forehand annies, throwing basically anything. If you've seen them, you know what I'm talking about. If you don't, you gotta go check them out. Hole 11, 451 foot, listed as a par 5, more of a par 4. This is kind of like an AM course. So what better way to honor Mark Ellis than get out here and test out a Prody Rattler? Oh my God. Bro, that is so good. That thing's pretty stable. It's like a Frisbee. It's listed as a 2-speed, but I'm calling it a 1-speed. Now the GOAT Mark Ellis, he likes to put these on a little forehand touch annies. Oh my. Oh God. I guess I don't have that Mark Ellis touch. But honestly, as bad as that shot was for a par 4, we're still putting for birdie. Oh. Let's see if I can channel my inner Mark Ellis here. Come on. Yes, let's go. Birdie 3 on the hardest hole on the back with the Prody Rattler. This thing has insane glide. Like, it's so deep. There's so much space for the air under it. That putt, literally, I just popped it out. It just floated. And when I say Mark walks so Brian could run, I don't mean that in a negative way at all, because the stuff Brian Earhart's actually putting out with Discraft is some of the better instructional and the higher quality instructional videos that disc golf has honestly ever seen. We're 2 for 2 with the old Prody Rattler. Let's see if we can keep it going. Right here, we got a super short 151 footer. If you could design a hole for a Rattler, I think this might be it. I'm debating on the forehand just because I want to pay my respects to the old GOAT Mark. I don't know if I got the touch today. Oh, baby. Let's go. Oh, a little deep. That thing flipped up so money though. So I'm a very nostalgic person. The reason that I call Mark Ellis the GOAT is because back in middle school, back like, I don't know, 10 plus years ago, when I first started playing Frisbees, me and my buddies, we were on YouTube, we were watching disc golf content. Back then, all there was the DISCRAFT Pro clinics. And Mark Ellis, he taught us the ways, guys. He taught us how to play Frisbee. Guys, that forehand went too far. We got a little spinner out the trees here. Can we knock down another one? Shout out Mark for putting me on the Rattler. Oh, are you kidding, dude? I thought that was in. Now, if I'm being honest, when me and my buddies first started watching these disc golf instructional videos with Mark Ellis, we were kind of making fun of him because if you've seen these videos, you can't deny he's a goofy guy. But as I've gotten older, I've grown to really like appreciate the effort he put in on the early days of the disc golf content. And another shorty, but honestly perfect for the Rattler. Oh my God, going. Oh, that was so good. Mark, you knew exactly what you're talking about with this Frisbee. It's so controllable, it's insane. The most underrated 1-speed on the market. That thing literally came hyzering right under the basket. Knocked down. Guys, what more do you need? If this doesn't drive home my point of like, if you can control a 1-speed, you're gonna be pretty decent at throwing Frisbees. I don't know what does. All right, y'all, hole 14, 239. One of the only really wide open ones on the back here. We're gonna take the Rattler, see if we can just tip her over and let her ride. This one's for you, Mark. Oh, baby. This thing is butter. Absolute classic Frisbee. All right, y'all, a little shorter than we were hoping for. Probably about a 29 footer here. I thought it was about 10, a little short. We're gonna see if we can knock her down though. Bruh. I thought that tailwind was just gonna let her ride. Oh my gosh. low-key, that heady was a little brutal for that 10-foot comebacker. One thing about Mark is he was ahead of the times, okay? Right now it's 2023, one speeds are all the hype. If you're on YouTube, you can find a video about pretty much all of them. But the one that I haven't seen at all is the Pro D Rattler. Now Mark Ellis, 15 years ago, he was slinging these things like fucking hot candy, baby. It's just a huge turnover, kind of pushes straight at the end. Oh baby, if that stays clean. Ah, dude. I was probably gonna be inside circle putting if it like kept the glide all the way through. Two basically tiny trees to beat with some branches hanging off. I think if it would have just glided through, we'd be up kind of circle's edge short. I'm gonna bust out the old Alex Geisinger punch throw. Go in. Oh my God, dude. So close. Just another close-up if you've never seen. Just an absolute beauty. Deep dish. You can literally eat cereal. That's why a lot of touring pros should probably start throwing this. You don't even need dishes in your van anymore. You got a fucking upside down Rattler. All right, y'all, next hole, basically impossible to film. It's really bad. A little uphill. Perfect ace run. Let's see. No ace, but it is parked, so that's good. I guess my depth is a little off. We got another about 25 footer. Oh, are you kidding me? Bro, how did that not go in? I thought the Rattler would just glide. Hole 17, we got two left, 173, slightly, not slightly, pretty downhill. So I decided, because I'm not very good at throwing really short shots, I'm gonna go with the AG punch throw off the tee here. Quick little tip for you. So the punch throw is basically, you take the putter and sort of like, not quite your putter grip, but you kind of like a modified fan. And you wanna keep the nose up on a slight Annie angle, and you wanna just, you're basically punching at the basket. And when you punch at the basket, you pop the frisbee nose up on a slight Annie, so then it'll just hold and then drop. A lot of times if you can get this dialed in, those 100 foot, even up to 120 feet, depending on your skill level, can be very easy to just pop, spin. But I think this is gonna work good. Mark Ellis, the GOAT, also used to throw the Rattler on nose up Annies. Come on. Ah. Little stable, but I think, you know, I was just listening to the How to Make Long Putts Discraft Pro Clinic with Mark Ellis. Probably gonna drill this one. Just a little drifter here. Yup, there it is. Let's go. Shout out Mark and the Rattler. You taught me everything I know, baby. We're on the last hole of this little back nine Rattler challenge. We're gonna see if we can pop the Rattler up on a big pushing Annie and get her up there for the look. Get off that tree. Ah. But the disc golf gods just gave us this little window. And what better way than just a little nose up Annie spinner. Come on, baby, we need this one. Come on. Oh my God. If I'd have made that, you guys would have had to tell me that I don't suck at disc golf, all right? It can continue a little longer because I miss. You know what the disc golf gods say? I can do all things through Rattler who strengthens me. Or something like that, I can't remember. If that would have went in, would have been the dirtiest end to a video ever. Guys, I hope you liked that video. A little spotlight on, in my opinion, the most underrated one speed on the market. It's just a good frisbee. Had to share some knowledge about one of the GOATs of disc golf, Mark Ellis. The guy's just been doing good for the community way back in the day. Shout out Mark. If you ever see this, you're the GOAT. DISCRAFT Rattler. Go get yourself one, I guess. Clearly, they work pretty damn good. All right, we'll see you in the next one.
There's three keys to disc golf: driving, approaching, and putting. You need all three to do this disc sport.